Welcome to our Alumni Nutrition Talks series, a celebration of 40 years of training nutritional therapists. I'm Heather Rosa, the Dean, and I hope you enjoy this presentation.
Hi, my name's Helen Ritchie. I'm a nutritional therapist and I trained at ION, the Institute for Optimum Nutrition, and I qualified in 2021. So I've been in practice for the past 3 years and I specialise in menopause. However, today what I want to talk to you about is how to manage stress in the busy time of year that is the festive season. So I'm going to give you some tips for nutrition and lifestyle that hopefully will enable you to enjoy the festivities without feeling too frazzled. So, this time of year, it's supposed to be a time of joy and connecting with our loved ones. And the pressure to have fun and to be seen to be having fun and to be happy can be overwhelming. We often have very busy schedules, and trying to maintain a balance with all of those tempting, indulgent foods and drinks can leave us feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and maybe even longing for the peace and quiet of the new year. So, what can we do? So, before I go into some of my top tips, I'd just like to do a quick reminder of stress on the body, what the impact of stress on the body. So, we're not just talking about psychological stress, but what you eat, how you move or don't move. They're also stresses on the body as well as illnesses. And stress doesn't just affect your mood. It can lead to poor sleep, overeating, digestive problems, weaken your immune system, increase your blood pressure, and many more things. The list is quite long, but I'm not going to go into those today. So I'd like to start by asking you to think about setting boundaries and managing the expectations around the festive season and Christmas. So why not take a step back and think about what does your ideal Christmas, your ideal festive season look like? It might not be the perfect family situations we see in television adverts. And whatever a perfect or a happy, peaceful festive season means to you is totally fine. Stress often comes from trying to do too much or trying to meet everyone else's expectations. But remember that it's okay to say no, it's okay to set boundaries that protect your mental and physical well-being. Whether that means scaling back on commitments, managing family dynamics, give yourself permission to prioritize your needs, what you need. Okay, so let's now talk about some top tips for easing the pressure with some practical, simple strategies. So the first thing, goes without saying, is to think about balanced nutrition. What does that mean? During the festive season, it's really tempting to indulge in rich, sugary, high-fat foods. They're everywhere. And these are completely fine to eat in moderation. However, remember that eating these foods place an additional stress on the body because they contain very few of the nutrients that you actually need to function and to feel good. So, in a way, the stress that is compelling you to eat the sugary, starchy, high fat, yummy foods could, in fact, be compounding the situation. And also remember that caffeine and alcohol being prevalent at this time of year, are stimulants, and they too can contribute to stress. So the first thing I'd like you to think about is balancing your blood sugar. So this is probably one of the most overlooked causes of stress. So when you eat too many sugary foods or too many refined carbs, carbohydrates, so what I'm talking about are things like white bread, white pasta, white rice. They break down into sugar into your blood really quickly and can cause your blood sugar to spike really high. What goes up must come down. So then your blood sugar crashes. And this can lead to feelings of irritability, fatigue, feeling hangry, anxious, and also contribute to mood swings. So to manage these blood sugar spikes, obviously, as a nutritionist, I'm going to recommend that you minimize the amount of sugary, high-fat foods that you eat. However, when you do eat them, if you eat them with a source of protein, then that helps to smooth out the blood sugar spike. So protein or healthy fat. So what does that mean? That means nuts and seeds are good sources of protein, fiber, healthy fats to help stabilize your blood sugar. And nuts, which are also prevalent at this time of year, need to be natural nuts, so not coated in sugar, not coated in salt. So other sources of protein: meat, fish, cheese, eggs. Eggs are a brilliant source of protein, and also healthy fats. I mentioned nuts and seeds, but also things like avocado, extra olive oil. So think about what you can add to your meals and snacks if you're snacking in the form of protein and fat to help balance out the blood sugar spikes. So also thinking about complex carbs. So complex carbs, things like sweet potato, quinoa, whole grain, rice, they don't spike blood sugar as much as the white refined versions, and they can help you feel more energetic over a longer period of time. So always recommend starting your day off with a good breakfast. Don't skip it. And a high protein breakfast if possible. So something like Greek yogurt, berries, nuts, seeds is a good high protein way to start the day. Or eggs, of course. Eggs are a perfect food, not just for breakfast, but for lunch and evening meals, done any which way you like. Omelets are brilliant. You can add lots of veggies in. So having protein early on in the day helps to keep your blood sugar stable. It also helps you maintain your energy throughout the day, and also can stop you from wanting to snack later in the day, can help manage those cravings. So if you're going out to a Christmas do, make sure you've had a good meal before, if possible, if a meal's not involved, that involves protein, healthy fats and fiber in the form of vegetables. Also, there are some key nutrients that you can focus on eating and trying to add to your plate that calm the nervous system. The B vitamins in particular, so found in whole grains, eggs, meat, fish, oats, legumes, things like chickpeas, lentils. These contain B vitamins, which play a crucial role in energy production, brain health, and can help you to calm your nervous system. Also, magnesium-rich foods magnesium is a very calming nutrient, and those can be found in lots of foods, including green leafy veg. So don't forget to add green leafy veg to your plate. So things like spinach, broccoli, kale, and also magnesium's found in avocados, nuts, seeds, whole grains. And you'll see that I'm repeating myself. I'm mentioning the same foods over and over again because very little food contains just one nutrient. And so you may have noticed that the foods that I'm talking about are real foods. They're real foods, real ingredients that your grandmother or your great-grandmother would recognize. They're not things that are made in a factory. Also, magnesium you can find in dark chocolate, which means 70% chocolate, cacao and above. So if chocolate's your thing, there's a lot of chocolate around at this time of year, switch to dark chocolate. And you may find that you get to like it. Your taste buds are adapting all the time. If you manage to wean yourself off the really sweet things, your taste buds are adapting in a matter of days or weeks. And you may find that you end up eating less chocolate if you switch to dark chocolate. And then thirdly, vitamin C. Vitamin C is really good in times of stress. So vitamin C is in lots of foods again, especially peppers, strawberries, spinach, citrus fruit, broccoli, black currants, and other berries. So again, I'm repeating the same foods. These are fresh foods, real foods. So don't forget the vitamin C, the magnesium-rich foods, and the B vitamins. And then finally, in terms of nutrients, omega-3 fatty acids, they're found in oily fish, things like salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, herring, trout, and also in plant-based sources such as flax seeds. And they can also help you stabilize mood. They can help your brain and reduce inflammation in the body. Your brain is 60% fat, so it's a really good nutrient, along with all the other healthy fats that I've already talked about. So if you have the choice, you're eating out and you're selecting a meal, why not swap out a heavy traditional festive meal for a lighter dish, something with salmon and all of those lovely leafy vegetables, or add some flax seeds to your smoothies. So that's the nutrition part. Think about what you can add in to counteract and crowd out some of those, sugary, sweet, high-fat treats. My second tip is to make sure that you're hydrated. Are you drinking enough water? And alcohol doesn't count here. So if you're dehydrated, that can add to the feelings of feeling fatigued, irritable, and also can contribute to brain fog, which can only add to stress. Having a glass of water half an hour before a meal can help you to fill you up a little bit. So maybe you don't eat so much when you sit down to eat. And also sometimes, when we feel hungry, we might actually be dehydrated. So if you're feeling a little hunger pang, why not have a glass of water, or equally a herbal tea, to help you detect or determine whether you are in fact hungry, and to stop you becoming dehydrated. So, a tip to ensure that you're drinking enough water, 1.5 litres to 2 litres throughout the day, is to carry a water bottle with you. And then you can always see, how much you drink, how much you've drunk, and how much you've got to go. And especially when drinking alcohol, try, and I'm sure you've heard this tip before, it's very simple, very practical. Try and alternate your glass of wine or whatever you're drinking with a glass of water or another or non-alcoholic drink, to allow your body time to absorb the alcohol that you're drinking, and to help avoid those horrible, nasty morning after hangovers. So what else can you do? So that's the nutrition, the hydration, but also I want you to think about mindful eating. During holiday gatherings, it can be really easy to overeat without even thinking about it. There's so much food around. Take your time to enjoy each bite and listen to your body's hunger cues. It takes at least 20 minutes to get the food from your mouth to your stomach. So if you're shoveling down the food without it touching the sides, you're not giving yourself time to allow yourself to feel the signals that you're starting to fill up. So a lot of us eat far too much fat, far too fast. We're not sitting down and eating mindfully. And if we're rushing and our mind's elsewhere, we're watching TV, we're looking at our phones, we're not in the right mode, the rest and digest mode that we need to be to enable our digestive system to break down the food. And after all, we're eating to provide our body with nutrients. So slow down, chew thoroughly, and it will keep your digestive system happy. Rushing your food places an additional stress on your body. So mindful eating is one thing. Also, don't forget about moving your body and getting some fresh air. So exercise is a natural stress reliever. Even if you're really busy, even if it's just a quick 15-minute walk, going for a walk, a brisk walk after eating can help you digest your food, and help balance your blood sugar as well, especially if you've eaten a lot of sugary, high-fat stuff starchy food. So getting some fresh air, getting out in nature, even just popping out into the garden, surrounding yourself with greenery can be really calming. So try not to ditch your usual exercise routine. I know our schedules can get really busy. Try and keep some of it going. And remember that even if you can't manage everything that you normally do at other times of year, every little bit that you do is better than nothing. I know it's far too prevalent. I've talked to lots of my clients about this that think when it gets to December, oh, never mind. I'm just going to shelve the exercise routine. I'll start it again in January. And that's one of the most dangerous things to do. I know I've been there, done it. Don't do that. Just find something to do. As I've said, even if it's going for a walk, could you put on some music if the weather's really rubbish? Dance around the house. Moving your body releases tension, boosts your mood, your endorphins. And as I've said, being outside is very calming. It can help you reset your mood and provide a bit of extra clarity. So also something that can be difficult to do at this time of year is to get enough sleep. So prioritize your sleep and rest. It really needs to be a non-negotiable. It's essential. Good sleep is essential for managing stress. Creating a calming bedtime routine to help you unwind at the end of the day is vital. We as adults need bedtime routines just as much as children do. So if you're having difficulty sleeping, you've got a lot on your mind, try and keep a consistent schedule, going to bed, getting up at the same time every day, even at the weekends and during the holidays. Try and avoid looking at screens, so phones, devices, gadgets, at least 30 minutes, if not longer, before bed, because the blue light can interfere with your sleep hormone, melatonin. Try and make it a priority to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. Not getting enough sleep, again, places an additional stress on the body. And I'm sure you know, and you'll have noticed that caffeine and alcohol, as I've mentioned, they're stimulants. They can disrupt your sleep. Many people think that having a nice glass of wine is a good way of relaxing and helping sleep, whereas in fact, it's more of a sedative. So you can drift off, but you're not getting the deep quality of sleep you need to feel restored and refreshed the next day. Why not try a herbal tea mix? There's lots of them around in the shops. Chamomile tea can be really relaxing, and there's lots of sleep mixers in the supermarkets that contain nutrients like valerian, which can help sleep. I mentioned chamomile, also things like rose, lemon balm, they can be really calming. So make that part of your bedtime routine. Now, what to do if you're feeling really stressed or you've had a difficult moment, maybe you've had a fallout with a member of the family or friend. Simple breathing techniques. So when you're in the fight, flight, and your mind is racing, you're feeling overwhelmed, take a few minutes to focus on your breathing. So deep breathing can lower cortisol, your stress hormone, and calm your mind. So sit down and breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and then breathe out for 4 counts. And just doing this for a couple of minutes can be a really effective way of just resetting and relaxing. Something else that you can do that I found really useful is focusing on what you're grateful for. Can help shift your mindset. So starting each day, and I like to do it when I'm in bed and closing my eyes to finish the day, think about 3 things that you've got to be grateful for. They don't have to be massive. It could have been a lovely meal, clean sheets, lovely, fluffy, warm duvet. But that will help you switch your mind from what you are maybe worrying about into something more positive, and can help you sleep and really help you calm you down. Don't forget to find some time for yourself. Try and have some relaxing ritual that you can go to. So I've talked about a calming, wind down bedtime routine, but try and find some time for whatever helps you center yourself, whether it's some meditation, quick yoga session if you like yoga, even a relaxing bath, hot bath. These small things can be wonderful for reducing stress. So those are my tips. Just to recap, you can manage stress during this festive season by ensuring you're eating balanced meals. So if you can't avoid and you want to indulge, don't forget to add the protein, the healthy fats, and all those lovely vegetables to your plate as well. So you're not depriving your body of nutrients. Can you practice mindful eating? Make sure that you keep moving, even if you can't get round to your full exercise routine. Prioritize sleep. Use the breathing techniques, very simple, to help you calm down if you need to. And think about cultivating gratitude. So don't forget, this festive season should be a time of joy, not stress. These small changes to your daily habits can make a big difference. Focus on nourishing your body and your mind, and remember to take care of yourself and not just everyone else during this busy season. So I really wish you a peaceful, balanced, and stress-free festive season.
If you enjoyed this presentation, then click on the link in the description to subscribe to our Nutrition Talks email list. And don't forget to click the like button and subscribe.